Hello, I'm Steven here with JustMyPicks.com, and I'm bringing you the second video out of our Bracket Buster series for the NCAA title bracket matchup for the 2013-2014 NCAA tournament. This is one of the weaker classes as far as the bracket goes. On this side, I only see 2 to 3 contenders that could really make it to the Final Four. I'm going to break down step by step for some of these teams. I'm going to skip it because it's not worth it. Starting at the very bottom of the West bracket, Ohio State. I think Ohio State has a very good chance to make the Final Four. And I say that because they don't have a real test until they would actually have to play Gonzaga, which is a #1 seed. And I think that Ohio State, if they bring their A game each and every game, could simply overtake a lot of these teams. Gonzaga, for a 1 seed, they have one of the weirdest setups that you could have. I think they'll make it past their first round. I think that whichever Wichita State or Pittsburgh, whichever one that they meet, I think that they can overtake either one of those. But the big matchup will come either against Wisconsin or Mississippi. Both those teams are defensively stout. I think that Wisconsin, having a veteran group of seniors and having a veteran head coach, can play with anybody and beat the brakes off anybody and slow the basketball game down to where Gonzaga would have to hit almost every one of their shots to stay in the basketball game. You also have to remember Wisconsin plays in the Big Ten where offense is not at a premium, to where they're comfortable winning games 40 to 43, where they're comfortable winning games 52 to 56. They're not trying to score 100 points in a game and shoot with 10 seconds or less being used off the shot clock. So Gonzaga has a tough test. I do not see Gonzaga making it to the Final Four. I just do not believe in the Zags. They do have a weak conference that they play in, and it's not that they don't deserve a #1 seed. There's nobody from their conference that gave them good enough resistance to challenge that #1 seed. I see Ohio State beating all these teams in this bracket and making it to the Final Four. I know Notre Dame, if they play with those lime green uniforms, they may give somebody a hard time at Ohio State. But what I'm telling you is Ohio State, you have to look at Kraft, you have to look at their head coach and Thad Matta. He can do a lot of things that he can motivate. We've seen him take teams to the Final Four before with that Greg Oden and Conley team of Ohio State of old. And you're seeing them win in the Big Ten right now, where it's the toughest conference in the NCAA right now. The only other surprise team I see in this bracket is Arizona. Arizona, because of their length and because of their athleticism, this makes me they're like a puzzle pick. And so I'm looking at this, but I'm also saying Ohio State has all the veterans. It's time for them to get out from under that rock that's in the Big Ten, and I think they can make it. I think that this team, this Ohio State team, will make it past the Final Four and into the national championship game. I just see there's so many things in this bracket that show me that they can get past this. Being healthy, I think they can make it. But this has been a JustMyPicks.com breakdown of the NCAA bracket. You can check me out on Facebook at JustMyPicks. You can also follow me on Twitter at JustMyPicksTV. You can also check me out on YouTube, YouTube /JustMyPicksTV. Thank you very much for subscribing, and please comment.